This conference will now be recorded.
Today when we are discussing why we had so only for these two GL open item management need to be selected. I didn't do this for even I didn't do for any other GL. Okay, open item management. First thing you should know, it is only possible to select only for balance sheet GLs. It is not possible for P&L account. Say for example, um, if I have no like administration expenses, if I go to edit here and if I try to select open item and save it, so open item management only allowed for balance sheet accounts. Okay, what does it mean? So it is only made for open item management balance sheet. So that means we selected this open item management for banking, not other GLs also. Some GLs only we select. The reason is simple. So as we saw, this vendor line items open. What does it mean? It has some clearing entries. That's the meaning that we have to make a payment against this invoices. So then it will get clear. Once it is cleared, obviously what happens if I select all items and go inside, so it will show all the cleared items and open items both. That means here, whatever is in red, it is clear, not clear. Whatever is in green, it is cleared. When it is in KR document, only booked and not in clearing entry. What happens? We pick up the open item. In F-53, what we used to do? We pick up the open item, process open item for vendors. We pick up the open item and we do that. This is what we are doing. What does it mean? When you pick up this open item, system automatically clears that entries into green. That is, it is paid. It is an indication that it's paid. So what is the purpose of keeping that in GL account? Only for GL. We are not having any vendor or something open item. That is open item. See, for example, yesterday we made two bank line items, right? Okay. I go and open that bank account, outgoing bank, which we have done yesterday. I'll pick up this outgoing bank 2310 HDFC, and we made one HDFC main bank and also outgoing bank also. Remember, let me take these two. I'll take these two. We made two entries if you remember. No, only one entry. Did I do for one entry? I think for this also I did entry. No, I didn't do for
Yes.
this. Yes, yes, I'm sorry. I did it only for this. Only this one. One entry I did it here. Now I'll make a one payment through outgoing GL. Like I'll take one vendor detail. Let me take this 101028. So I'll pick up this 3000 item. Okay, 101028. Okay, I'll make a one payment. Make a payment of so I'll select HDFC and the account ID and amount. This time I don't pick up. System automatically pick up the GL account. We know that. But when I pick up this, so this 3000 rupees amount I'll enter. Let me do it from beginning. This GL account is there, right? It's been picked up automatically. But I'm going to change it to outgoing bank. I can change it, not a problem. It's picked up, but I can change it. The GL account is outgoing 101028. 3000 amount I am making payment. 3000 minus save it. The entry got posted. Let us see the difference here. Where in the GL account? We made one through main bank and we made one through Okay, I'm going to select these two. See the difference here. What's happening here for the main bank account, which where we do not maintain open item management, it's showing in green tick mark. For this, it is showing open. The same payment, but the bank GL is different. GL is different. Same bank. Which is maintained with open item. That means what are the entries which we posted to this entry, this GL account, with whichever is maintained with open item management. First, it will show in red. What does it mean? It has something to be cleared against this. What is that the cleared against this required? Yes, I give the example. See, just what is bank reconciliation? What is bank reconciliation? Yes, yes. All silent. Don't have idea. What's the bank reconciliation activity? Deepa, Harshita, Nagalakshmi, sleeping? Come out.
Sir, comparing our accounts book with the bank statements, it is
Why do you
correct
want
or
to?
not?
Yes, why do you want to compare?
What we are recorded, is it correct or not?
What we recorded is correct or not? We recorded. Why do you want to compare it back? Yes, Deepa Nagalakshmi, what's your input?
To show the total of the bank balance,
No,
we compare
To
individual
no,
know
bank
the input and output of the bank balance.
no. I give you an example. You do make a phone pay payment. Okay, you transfer Deepa transfer to me, but I don't receive it. I say that I didn't receive, but you say that no, sir, I sent. What you are going to do next? You are going to connect to the bank and saying that okay, I have done this, but it's showing in my account, but it's not showing in his account. It's not transferred like that. So that means you start comparing your bank statement with your transactions. That means whenever the companies do the activity of accounting, right? They do the activity. That means we enter all entries in GL account. What Arshita said, but she was not little bit clear. But she said the answer. We enter the GL account entries. Means we keep. Yesterday, that's what I said. We keep a GL for each bank. Okay, we keep a GL for each bank. So whenever I want to do a transaction, say for example, I want to make a vendor payment, I'll make vendor credit to HDFC Bank GL debit. I do it. What does it mean? I'm entering HDFC Bank GL, not a bank account directly. So then, okay, I did this. I give the instruction to the bank, maybe through check, maybe through online, maybe through something else. So the like bank will process that account. That bank pass a process payment to vendor account. So they say okay, but what what is the things? Every entry cannot, like as I said, Deep has transferred me and it's not received, but bank is showing okay, it's done. Obviously, there's a or like that. Okay, I may issue some checks to the vendors as a company. I may issue the check. Okay, take this 3,000 rupees check and draw. Vendor may forget it, or he may forget, or he may lose, or something else. He will not go at all to the bank. But in my GL account, what I had done, I have already reduced my bank balance because I had given 3,000 rupees check to the vendor. If he does not withdraw from the bank, then my bank balance will show more. If my bank balance is in my GL, in GL, HDFC GL, if the balance is showing 10,000 rupees and I had given check for 3,000 rupees, that means my balance will show now 7,000, right? But if like in my like when the day which I had given in the bank statement means bank account number shows 10,000 rupees. But after 3 days also, after some days also, it's showing 10,000 only because he has not withdrawn. I had given the check and I updated my GL account, but it's not been updated in statement because he has not withdrawn that. What does it mean? We have to compare this. This is what bank reconciliation. So whatever the entries which we have done in our GL, whether the entries are getting cleared in bank. So if it is done, then we call it as a reconciliation. Yes, bank statement and the GL account are matching. So when my bank balance, my GL account shows 7,000 means bank balance also statement also should show 7,000. If it is extra or more less, then we should compare where the transactions. That is what we call it as a bank reconciliation. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Clear na? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? This is what bank reconciliation. That's it. Every transaction they do the bank reconciliation. This is what we are going to learn in the next topic. After this cash journal, bank reconciliation, electronic bank reconciliation. It's a beautiful topic. So if you want to do the bank reconciliation, what happens is, so GL I updated this. Just assume that I have in HDFC GL account, I have like 100 entries, 100 or else 50, 50. Let me take 50 or else 20 vendor payments I made. Okay, and bank statement showing 20 entries. Then okay, so it matches this one. But if the bank statement shows 18 entries, okay, my vendor, are you getting my point? 20 checks I had given. Just assume that I had given 20 checks, and bank statement shows 18 checks has been drawn, but till two checks not been drawn. So yes, that is okay if it is 20 and this one. Now how can I can check okay which one is not withdrawn? Yes, correct. Okay, this one two vendors is not been withdrawn. Yes, they will withdraw. So if they, how can I keep the two entries which is not withdrawn? So if I keep the entries like this, the bank account which we kept in the beginning, I'm going to show you that also. Without like first one, simply bank GL we created, right? That entry also I'm showing. So this one. If I have 20 entries like this, how can I keep which one is cleared and which one is not cleared? I have to maintain a separate database for that. Okay, in this, these are the eight things is cleared and two things is not cleared. Yes, okay. Next time, I want to keep a track of it. So if it is only 20 entries, 30 entries is okay. If you have 10,000, 10,000, 50,000 entries, how can you keep a track which one is cleared and which one is not cleared? It's very difficult. Right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding what I'm telling? Yeah. So that is the main reason. What is the main reason for outgoing GL? We keep open item. So it shows in red. Once I am okay with, okay, it is cleared. It's like when I compare the statement, it is clear. What I do, the entries instead of liking this like entries. So I tell you here. So first I'll book the invoice like okay, some expenses debit to vendor credit, vendor debit to. If I use HDFC bank main GL, a single GL without open item management. Yes, like 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, and 1,000 rupees, and 1,000 rupees. Yes, it is done. So if I have like this 1,000 entries, it is not possible which one is cleared. If I want to compare this in a bank statement, if I use 1,000 times or 100 times, 100 entries are like this, I cannot keep which one is not withdrawn, which one is not has not got for the bank state comparison. So that's the reason what we do. Instead of making to this GL account, we do the entry like this. We make this HDFC Bank. We use this outgoing GL. Once bank statement shows entry cleared in bank, then we do this entry. That is HDFC Bank outgoing credit 1,000 rupees. Sorry, this is debit. Debit 1,000 and HDFC Bank main bank here. Debit. Ultimately, it's a contra GL. That's it to maintain the what happened here. This outgoing bank debit credit, once it's credited, now it's debited. It's zero now. The value of main bank account is zero, and ultimately it's transferred to the same entry. Temporarily, we keep this entry here to know the entries, whether it's cleared or not. If it is not cleared, we keep it in red. It will be here only. If it is cleared, then we just transfer this. We do this entry. Then it will transfer to this. That will automatically become green. I'm going to show you now. So now I use and it's cleared in statement, and I want to do this transaction. It is 3,000 rupees which I did here. Now I'm going to transfer the entry from here, from this HDFC outbank to main bank. How can I do that? It is just like F-04, F-43 we have done, F-90 we have done. Like that we have a transaction for F-04. F-04, which is made for the purpose of GL to GL entry, SA document type automatic lumps. It is nothing but FB50. It's nothing but FB50. What we do in FB50, we know, right? We have done many times. Here also SA document, here also SA. Everything is same. GL to GL debit, we just debit and credit. What we can do here, I'm going to make a transaction, bank reconciliation. Entry. Transfer with clearing, I always select this one. Here we know that 40 is for GL debit, 50 is for GL credit. Now I want to credit this entry, credit this GL. So enter 50, that is the 50 is the posting key, and pick up the main HDFC main bank GL. And enter how much amount? 3,000 rupees. Now you don't credit this. You don't debit this. As we maintain open item management in the GL account, so that the entries which are there, I am asking the system process open item for the GL account. Only those GL accounts which are open maintained with process open item, it will show the entries. So I'm going to take this outgoing HDFC. I'm asking that pick up the open items here, just like vendor open items. Okay, it will show the same way here. Okay, 3,000 and 3,000 is matching. If you have multiple, you can deselect and select and simulate. Now you see from HDFC main bank GL is crediting and it is debiting and save it. That means we are just cleared. Okay, it's confirmed. It is cleared in vendor. So that when I come here, now you see this specifically this entry. Okay, I'm going to select all items for this. See this what happened. It's been cleared. That's the reason I mentioned text here very clearly, because to show you the entry, bank reconciliation entry. So it's turned into green. That means it is cleared from bank. That's a confirmation. Are you getting my point? What I'm telling? So why do we use open item management? It's a big topic actually. We should know this very clearly. Which one we have to maintain? Say for example, we collect the GST tax. We collect and we have to pay to the government. So until it is paid to the government, it is going to be an open item. We will see that again. We are going to touch this open item management again and again. But is it clear? The concept is clear. Why do we use this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Harshita, you need to be very clear. You please listen to this and have the clarity in your mind. Okay. That's the reason why do we maintain this 3GL account for one bank. The reason is one is main bank GL, another is outgoing and incoming. What is incoming? When we receive the money from to the bank, we keep it in. Once it is confirmed in statement, then we transfer it to main GL account. But it's same way the outgoing what we have done, the same way incoming also. Like outgoing, we use it for the payments, outgoing, outgoing payment. So we use this incoming for receiving the payment. So that once it statement is kind of showing the interest, so then we transfer the values to these two are like a contra GLs. So for every bank, we have to maintain like this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's it. This completes the bank concept. But however, one topic which I want to add in the end, that is cash journal. That is cash accounting bank. We will discuss this later. Cash accounting, uh, GL account. Okay, so this I tell you later, because by that time you will become very familiar, so that you will understand better. So now we move to the next topic. What is that? Cash journal. Hmm? What is cash journal? Yesterday I said difference between bank and cash. So we maintain the bank separately, cash separately, but both entries are from the accounting perspective. Both entries are same. Generally nowadays the cash is used for the purpose of to handle small values. It was like before everything was going in bank only, sorry, cash only. But after bank emergence and this technology and all these things, cash is only used for like small expenses like maintenance, cleaning expenses, maintenance, like some scrap usage, like paper. You have a paper, newspapers in your office. You sold it for 500 rupees, then you receive that 500 cash. So that the cash is going to be added to the cash. Then this small amount transactions we maintain in cash. So that's the reason we maintain a cash journal. Generally the cash journals are maintained for each office for small petty cash expenses. For petty expenses. One sec, please. Sorry. Generally, cash journals are maintained like this office wise. Generally, for small petty cash expenses, we maintain for each office or something, one office, a small amount of cash they'll withdraw from the bank and keep it. What does it mean if you have like you keep some cash for the small X? Like you cannot say that okay, if a person comes to the clean the office, or if a person comes and supply the coffee to the office and he asks for like money, you cannot give the check to him. Okay, write a check and give. No, you have to give him like 20 rupees, 30 rupees. You have to give it in cash only. It's for that purpose we have to keep in cash. So now for every branch, generally for every branch we keep cash, and also the entries are going to be. For example, if I keep two branches, say for example Chennai and Bangalore, I'll keep it two branches, one office in Chennai, another office in Bangalore. So I keep two cash journals for this cash GL. That's the first thing we should masters. We have to create GL account. So let us create this cash GL. So where it comes under again cash and bank and cash group. So here only, but it should not be maintained as open item. It's not required because we are not going to further clear those things. Okay. And also I didn't say one thing in the bank. See, you have to notice here HDFC Bank outgoing incoming, I maintain last digit same 012012. So this we are going to discuss at the time of bank reconciliation. Why do we maintain this 012012 like the same series for all the bank in the last number we discussed. Now I'm going to create one bank GL, sorry, cash GL for this. So I copy this basic only and I'll start from 55. We can start any number in between, it's our choice. Generally we must have like a 012 is required for other banks if I create also. So the what I'm going to do here, I'm going to mention Bangalore cash. Other things are same. Save it. Copy. Let me create 56. This is Chennai cash GL. And save it. Two GLs I created. These are the two. So that means our cash are going to be identified with this GL. That is how much cash is there. You can see this GL and you can check out. But what's the requirement, additional requirement here? Just like a bank, we identified bank. We know that we identified bank. If I keep on cash GL, I can maintain everything. But we identified a bank. But if I keep a bank GL, I can identify. But why did we create a bank identity? For other purpose, BRS and other things. Just like for each cash, the cash GLs, that is cash journal we call it, for Chennai and other things, we have to do an identity of that cash journal for the purpose of to have the ledgers and the entries details and other things. What we are going to do here for Chennai, we create a cash journal. We call this as a cash journal. An identity of 4-digit code. Say for example, I'll make it like B-21, right? B21C is a cash journal, or else I can make it like B21C cash journal Chennai, B21B it is Bangalore. We can create like this, or else we can create like okay B001, B002 also we can create. It's our choice. But for easier understanding, I'm keeping that C as Chennai, B as Bangalore. Last, it's a 4-digit code. Okay. Sorry, it's a cash journal. We identify the cash journals. So let us do this. The transaction is just like this. The configuration again, it's the same way. Bank also we did the same thing, the same way. Configuration. First we have to do the configuration, cash channel configuration. Then the master data is actually master data is like GL accounts which we already done, and the cash entries. Okay. Yeah. So let us do this. This is FBCJC0, the first one, cash journal. FBCJC1. Okay. This is for number ranges for cash journal. Obviously, a number ranges are created for cash journal entries. CJ we call it. FBCJC2. It is for allowed business transactions. Allowed business transaction. I explain about that. What is allowed business transaction? Now let us go to the first one. FBCJC0. What you should do here, it's very easy. First you select this one. Okay, 01. Okay, and don't do that's what you can go and enter manually. It's better you can select 01 because you can copy all the things. Copy this and change the company code. My company code is under B-21, the first cash journal. The cash journal code is which I identified B21C for Chennai. The respective GL for to maintain that cash is this is the GL account. And the currency which I'm going to maintain this cash channel is an INR. And the document types is already mentioned. The document type is ABKZDZ, which we are going to do. I'm going to explain more in detail. Petty cash for Chennai. Enter. It's done. Again, select this and copy. Just change this journal and give the GL number, which GL is going to be identified parallelly. And here petty cash for Bangalore. Two codes under one company code. I created two cash channels. One is for Chennai, another is for Bangalore. These are the respective corresponding GLs for that. And these are the entries. I'm going to tell you what is this. Again, these are the document types. KZ, KZ, DZ, DZ, and AB are allowed here. And save it. So the cash channel has been created. So after that, we should go to FBCJC1. FBCJC1. Enter the company code B-21 and go to here. Is no copying is required. Just go here and you mention whatever the number you want. Let me take a simple number range. Okay, I'll start with something 6500 like so a different number range I'm giving so that easy to track what we are doing. 65999. So these are the number ranges which we maintain. I'm giving 6500 because because I already use one GL accounts 1000, 1000 like 100, so something I'm using is different numbers just to for uniqueness. That's it. In real time we give big numbers. Just like a document number and just there like that. You can give anything here, NN, XX or 1001, whatever you want. So finally, the allowed transaction. This is very much important. So what is allowed transaction means? See, if you're doing some a big amount of transactions, the some GLs should not be allowed actually for sales and for tax. All a lot of things we are not supposed. There should be some limitations in cash channel. Only which GLs need to be entered, like maybe miscellaneous expenses, maintenance expenses, like some snacks expenses, like this small like expenses amount we can add it to. So we have a control here. What are the GL accounts? What are the transactions which can be allowed for these entries? Like that, we can have a control on it. That's the reason we have these steps, allowed transactions. What I'm going to do here, I go to there and I show you that FPCJ C2. There are many things are there, but what you should notice here, right? There is E, C, B, K, D, like this is there. Okay, very simple. Go to new entries and just make this like you make a series here. BI for 21, the company code. Make 6 here, and here go inside and select this. This is for best. How to select this? Go inside. Go inside. You cannot select like this. You have to enter Control Y in the keyboard, Control Y, and just then you can select just simply and Control C. Mention this. So also copy this and keep this. This also. Go back. Then there's a respective GLs are there. So that means we are going to fix the GL here. What and all is allowed and what and all is not. What we can receive, what we can do here. So based on that, system is going to allow that GLs. You cannot enter all the GLs for the cash channel. That's what is okay. That's what the key here. Say for example, I'm going to allow only some small like let me take FS00 in my company code. I take up this printing and stationery. This is the only GL which I'm going to allow. And revenue, other revenues, some other income. There is no gain or loss on revenue clearing account is there. Let me create another GL, miscellaneous revenue, like miscellaneous revenue GL. And the receipt from bank, you from which bank you are going to get. If you want to money cash, right, you have to withdraw from bank, right? That's it. That is receipt from bank. Which bank? You have to give that respective GL. We already created a bank, two bank, right? One is HDFC and other things. I can give that. You can give receipt from bank means when you're receiving the cash from, you can give the main GL account only. Okay. That is, I'm going to receive the money from this bank. And also, if I get more money, there is a limitation. Sometimes there's a limitation. You should keep only up to maximum 20,000 cash in office. If you get something more than that, you should deposit to bank. When you're making a payment to the bank, then you can. I'm going to make the payment to the same bank. This is the GL. And vendor and customer, we don't enter here. It's not a GL account. It's a different accounts. I can make a vendor payment. What is the purpose of vendor and customer? Say, for example, we are making a customer meeting. We arranged a customer meeting and we said that, okay, we are going to make a convenience, whatever you whoever come here. And we make a payment to them. So then we'll make it in a cash. Or else we'll make it in, okay, I'll make a payment to them like 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 20 or 200 rupees like that. I can enter the vendor customer name here if I make a small transaction with them like that. So like here, I added this much. Okay. Now after doing this, Just come here, fill up the data. Just copy this and paste here, and copy this and paste here, and copy this and paste here in the text, and copy this GL and paste here. So that means these are the GL accounts for the transactions allowed for cash transactions. I can add even more. Say for example, like I can add other expenses, miscellaneous expenses, even I can add. I'll add one more for your convenience. Like if you enter like here, the business transaction type means E means expenses, R means revenue, okay, C means cash receipt from bank, B means we are making a payment to bank, D means debtors, customer payment or receipt, K means vendor credit, vendor payment or vendor receipt, like that. I'm going to add one more, expenses, but this time I'll add one more GL. I'll add here. There's loss on scrap on asset. I'll add one more GL, miscellaneous expenses. So this GL I'm adding here. I'll add miscellaneous expenses. So, but for this only, I'm going to make one change here, account modification. I just clicked here. So notice here, for this expenses, I have not made anything, but for this expenses, I did. So I want to show something. Now, I'm telling the system in my company for Chennai and Bangalore, these are the allowed transactions for cash entries. Other than this, there is no GL should be used. That's what my instruction to the system. Make this third one configuration. Now after doing this, let us do the transaction of cash or something. Cash transaction. So we can do the cash transaction in a T code called FBCJ. Cash transaction. What are these cash transactions? First, we will receive the cash from bank. That means HDFC main bank, HDFC bank main GL credit. I am going to receive 20,000 rupees to my cash journal Bangalore. That is Bangalore. I will take it. That is debit. 20. This is the entry. First, I have to receive the money. Okay. Then only I can do other transactions. So how can I receive this money? Let me show you in cash channel. I'll go to FBCJ. First, you should change the cash journal here. Something SP01 is there. I'll change it to BI Fund company code BI Fund 21 cash journal. In my company code, there are two cash journal. I'm doing this entry for Bangalore. Click OK. So now see, I have the zero amount. So today, as on today, 30th 6, I have zero amount. If you click on today, it will show the report for the today. I don't have any. If you want to make a payment expenses, then I should add money first. What I'm going to do here, first I'm going to cash receipt. If you want to make a payments here, if you want to make a receipt, like you receive the money to the cash journal, click on this. Go inside. You cannot enter like you cannot select the GL here. You have to select the business transactions, whatever you created, 7 that will appear here. So there is like see here, customer posting expenses, miscellaneous expenses, payment to bank, receipt from bank, revenue, like everything is there. So I'm receiving bank value. You should select the which entry you are doing. I'm receiving payment from bank. How much amount? 20,000. That's it. If you enter this much, you can enter. If you want text, you can enter. Or else system automatically pick up this GL account, whichever we assigned. And select this entry and post selected here. Just once it is selected, post it. So this one actually, okay. This is nothing but cash channel only. That FBC, the number range problem. Let me check out FBN one. There is 01 for 2021. It is there, and it is not there. One second, I'll correct it in backend. I don't want to show this right now.
What is your name? What is your name? What is your what is what is your name?
It's already there. Why it is showing? Mhm. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ.
ಲಂಡನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 8:26. What is time?
One second, please. There is something. I'm going to stop this recording for a moment.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now, like just after correcting that number ranges, see what you do. So I made this selected and posted this, and now you see this 20,000 cash receipt is made. That means we have received the cash of 20,000 rupees. Now we have cash and we can make payments and receive the payments, whatever we can do. So let me make a payment here, cash payment, like some expenses. So I have to select the GL here. Say for example, some expenses. I select this expenses and amount. Let me take 300 rupees. And if you want entry, you can enter the name like expenses expenses, snacks. You can enter the narration. And now you see the system automatically picked up the entry, GL account. You don't need to select any GL or something. Select this and post this. Now you notice here, after posting this actually ensure that account 20300, that is cash journal, should be automatically yes. Now you see 300 rupees less and balance is 19,700. Again, I do another entry, okay, of like 400 for the same GL. You see this is actually in red now. It's not been posted. Again, I do select another expenses, miscellaneous expenses, which is updated with account modification, which is specifically I made that. This I enter 500 rupees. But this time, what is the difference you see here? For the account which is updated with account modification, which I can change it to other account, I have an option to change this. That's the option. That account modification means at the time of transaction, the person can change this GL account. If they don't want, we don't keep that account modification, so that it's grayed out. It's fixed. Okay, that only this GL we can do it. I can change this. You can see here. I can delete and edit. This I cannot do. Grayed out. This is the meaning of account modification. Notice here. Here, when I select the business transaction, for expenses, only expenses, we don't have account modification. For miscellaneous expenses, we have account modification. That's the reason it's allowing me to change the account modification. That's the meaning of that. So now you can select both, or else simply go here and post. All will get posted automatically. All entries. Now you see the 1,200 rupees payment we made and 18,800 is the payment. Like that, if I receive any receipt of payment, I can do that. For example, if sometimes we may have to make a payment to vendor, like 100 rupees, 200 rupees, due to some any cash entry. But for vendors, what happens? We have not assigned with any GL account for vendors, if you remember. See here, vendor posting, customer posting don't have GL because they are not GL accounts, right? Say, for example, I want to make a payment to vendor, like 200 rupees, a small conveyance expenses like that. I can enter. This time system do not ask for GL account, it will ask for vendor account. That means which vendor you are making a payment? Tell me. Yes, I am making a payment to Arjun Technologies, 200 rupees. Yes. Then automatically reconciliation account will come, whichever you connected. Because vendors and customers we cannot maintain in list, right? There may be n number of vendors. There may be n number of vendors. Got it? What I'm telling? That's the reason we don't have vendors here. Why don't we have vendors here? Because vendors we cannot maintain as GL account. So GL is connected. So individual vendors we can connect here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now you can post this transaction. Any entry, what you can do, you can just double click on this. The text is mandatory. Select this and post. So every time, whatever the entry we would do it, right? What happens? We select only the business transaction. System automatically pick up the GL account. See, other side is we always whatever you do, right? If you receive the cash from the bank, other side is cash journal. If you make a payment from cash, that other like expenses GL you select here. Other side is going to be cash. That's the reason it's automatically pick up. You see Bangalore cash GL. This entry, printing and expenses debited, Bangalore cash GL credited. You come here, double click miscellaneous expense. Miscellaneous expenses is printing and stationery expenses debited, and this one Bangalore cash, not this one. Let me select this. Bangalore cash GL credited and miscellaneous expense debited. like this. Other side, it's when you select a transaction, system automatically picks the GL account of a cash account GL automatically in the backend based on the transactions what you selected here. So whenever you want to see the reports here, you can click on this today, this week, current, whatever the current, if you want the current period for entire month from 01 to 30th/06 today till date, it will like for full period, it will show the report. What is that cash receipt, opening balance, what is the cash receipt, what is that like this, and what's the this week. It will show the from Monday to Sunday, and today, if you want, you can show this like this. It will show the reports like this. Anything you want to know the entries and documents, just double click on this. You can get this details here, the document number. So this is all about cash channel. If you want like cash channel, you want to enter for Chennai, you can select the Chennai. Those who are authorized for Chennai, they'll select and they'll do it in real time, like that. We'll give the authorization. For Chennai, nothing is there, zero balance, because we are not added anything. For Bangalore, we already made the transactions. It is there. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is cash journal completed. But the next one is very much important from the point of view of interview. You get like there are chances like 60 to 70% you get a question in electronic bank reconciliation. Okay, it's very much important. Here afterwards, what are the topics we are going to see, like EBRS, electronic bank reconciliation, taxation, withholding tax, automatic payment program, and integration, parallel. All this from interview point of view is very much important. Other until now, whatever you learned, right? These are the basics to understand these topics. These are all the basics to understand the below topics. You have to be very thorough in this one so that you will understand. Say, for example, what is BRS means. You should have that clarity in your mind. How BRS works, what is that, and all those things. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, nice. What do we do? So